It is day 0 of a new week on. I have a shopping list to go to the supermarket because this one is a very precise week on. It's going to take a lot of effort, it's taken a lot of planning. So hopefully, now that we're going to the supermarket, we'll be able to pull off that plan. It's going to be an interesting one, so let's go. Oh, the sun's bright. Let's go. It's heavy. So we're back from the supermarket, and this is the food for the week. Not happy about that.
No, I don't like buying those
Yeah,
eggs.
but they are cheap. So firstly, I'll show you the receipt. £13.21 was the total. So this week is going to be a week on £1 a day. But you'll have seen that from the title anyway. So Grace and I will be doing this week, hence why it's £40 was the limit.
Yeah.
And we have come in under that, so that's pretty good. And this is the whole week's worth of food.
In one bag.
In one bag, yeah. So first, we'll go through quickly as we can what we've got. So we've got 15 British eggs. I'm going to read out the price.
So they were £1.19.
We've got a loaf of bread.
That was 55p.
Chopped tomatoes.
35p.
Bananas, and we've got 6 bananas.
There was 73p.
I know this was 73p, was it?
Yeah.
This spaghetti, 20 pence, which is so bloody cheap. We have 2 garlic baguettes.
They were 68p.
68p. A bag of vegetables, frozen.
£1.10.
Baked beans, these were 23p, I remember that one.
23p.
Bag of beef mince.
That was £3.50.
£3.50. Wow, that's expensive.
Yeah.
Basmati rice, that's a quid?
Pound.
£1. Potatoes.
They were £1.09.
Cheese.
Cheese, your favourite, was £1.50.
£1.50. And sausages. What size farm
£1.09.
sausages? £1.09 for 12 sausages. That's pretty incredible, really. I imagine they're probably terrible for you,
Yeah.
but I imagine 53% pork. Basically, half of this is something that isn't pork. So, this is our food for the week.
It is.
I'm pretty confident that it's going to be an alright week, but £1 a day is
I think we're going to be hungry.
we're going to be hungry. There's not going to be massive flavour, but a lot of people can only live off of £1 a day, which really, really sucks. The thing is, I'm going to set this rule now. This is the main bulk of the food, and we are going to allow for things that you will find in your cupboard to add a little bit of flavour. So essentially, this cupboard we have sort of herbs and spices. There's some condiments up there. Things like there's tuna here, which we're not going to be able to have, and curry sauce and things like that. But kind of these,
mainly the herbs and spices,
basically,
yeah,
and maybe a bit of ketchup if the occasion calls for it. But this is going to be the food. So it's going to be an interesting week. We don't start until breakfast, so we went and bought everything ready for the morning. So we're going to go to sleep. I'm going to get up. I'm going to do a weigh-in as usual. And then we're going to make some breakfast. So, yeah, I guess we'll fade out. And then tomorrow we shall kickstart things properly. Okay, this is not a weight loss week on. This is nothing about weight loss. This is not seeing the effects of living on £1 for a week on your weight. Just want to put that across. But if I don't do a weigh-in, people get really mad. So I have to do it. It's like law with a week on. Oh, I've had some nice weeks recently, haven't I? 14.3. So let's see what happens. Let's go get some breakfast. Good morning. It is officially now the first day of a week on £1 a day. No fussing really. Let's go and get some breakfast. Cereal is something which we can kiss goodbye to this week because cereal is far too expensive. So bananas are a good food. They are the saviour basically of this week. so I'm going to have one for breakfast. They're about 13 pence each, which, considering they have to be grown abroad in tropical climates and then shipped over here and then handled by factories and then sent out to supermarkets and then all the stuff in the supermarkets who then sell me bananas, it's amazing that this thing costs 13 pence. But thankfully it does, because it means I get to have some fresh fruit this week, which is something that I can't normally have on these week-ons, especially ones which are so restricted. So good breakfast. I'm going to tuck into this. Not going to eat it on camera because it's just going to be photoshopped with a bunch of dicks, isn't it? Because I know what you like, internet. Well, banana consumed. It's very nice. Off to now go and burn a few calories that I haven't yet had and go and do some cardio. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, done 30 minutes of cardio, pretty tired. Both the vending machine and the water dispenser thingy, water fountain, were broken. So absolutely gasping. It's not great. Wow, look at that godlight behind me. It's like my life is being directed by Steven Spielberg. It's a lot less daddy issues, I suppose. But I have been doing work on my university master's degree this morning after having done some cardio. Banana isn't enough for breakfast. I am feeling very hungry. I'm going to close this because the traffic outside is loud. But essentially, what I want to point out, and I think it's important to point out, is that I'm not trying to do any kind of poverty porn here whatsoever. At the moment, my life is in a position where, thankfully, I don't have to rely on just £1 a day for food. In the past, I have been in a position where I had to choose between either getting petrol for the car or buying food, and I had to go with petrol. So I'm all too familiar with having to struggle with money, and I'm by far comfortable, but I can afford to pay my bills. So that's good. I know there's going to be people commenting below saying that I'm taking the piss and stuff. I'm not trying to do an Alfie Days. I'm not going to complain that I can't have mineral water today, or my personal trainer is getting mad at me for having tap water and ridiculous stuff like that, or going to go and get free donuts just because I'm a famous YouTuber. I want to stick to how it would be had I only got £1 to spend on food for the day. Obviously, people don't have £21 to spend for an entire week, because you buy things like, I don't know, toilet roll and washing up liquid and detergent and things like that. So this is purely for the main bulky food items, and doesn't count kind of things that you can already have in your cupboard and things. So yeah, people are probably not going to like the fact that I'm using salt and pepper and things and sugar and butter. I don't know, but it is what it is. This is not to take the piss in any way, shape or form. I probably shouldn't have to try and justify the week, but you know, people are going to get mad at it. And there's probably still people commenting and getting mad at it now, but you know, whatevs. But getting hungry now, unsurprisingly, having only had a banana for breakfast. So gonna go get some lunch, which again isn't going to be very big. And there's going to be a theme, as you'll see, with the food this week. But yeah, let's go get it. Forgive the sound of the tumble dryer in the background. You can see here that Grace is shredding up a little bit of bread with some butter. Butter which you would have generally just sort of in your house already. So is it against the rules? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see your thoughts in the comments. But yes, as you can see, we're having a sandwich. A cheese sandwich, a mild cheddar sandwich. So the budget could just about spread to some cheese, and also something else that you could probably find just lurking in the back of the cupboard somewhere. Marmite.
Not for me though.
Not for you because you're weird. Whereas Marmite is amazing.
I just don't want it with no cheese sandwich.
That's weird. But I do, so I'm going to have a cheese and Marmite sandwich. Stop shredding up the bread. Well, because we're on a budget, it's very thin cheese. Very thin cheese. So we're going to try and arrange this so that it goes around, but we do need to make the cheese last. So that's what I mean, at least I'm going to get some flavour with the Marmite, whereas you're just going to have kind of like bread and butter basically, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh well. It's a bit of a thicker bit for you. Hey Basil, you decided to join me while having my cheese sandwich. Do you want some Marmite? Sniff? No, Basil's not. Oh, I'm covering the lens, that's dreadful. It's very small, but it's £1 a day. Can't expect to have very much. It's nice though. The Marmite adds to it. What about you?
Yeah. It's nice and cheese sandwich.
What about you? My latest read is The Maze Runner, which I have seen the movie, but I do enjoy YA, so I want to give this one a go. And it's putting me to sleep. Don't feel like I've had enough to eat. Obviously, I had a banana and sandwich today. So already I'm starting to realise that I'm just really not going to eat very much this week. Yeah, trying to read is just putting me to sleep a little bit. So it is approaching dinner time now. Grace is watching Band of Brothers. So I'm going to go and disturb her so we can cook. Yeah, I'm going to have to. I'm knackered. And here is the ingredients for dinner. What do you think we're making with the spaghetti, the mince, the tomatoes and the garlic bread?
Lasagna.
We are indeed making lasagna. That's right, Gracie. Right, 20 pence for these. That's a hell of a lot.
What are we really making?
What do you bloody think? Spaghetti bolognese? Well, spaghetti bolognese. Yes, we get garlic bread. I think it's like 68p for two. So we're going to have one. Then we'll save another one for later in the week. We have good old frozen mince, which is about 3% actual beef. And we have some of that later in the week as well. So we're only going to use about 40% of that in this meal. So, yes, if we were only relying on the stuff we spent £1 on for the day, it would be rather flavourlessness. But thankfully, we have things like garlic and there's like... Oh, basil's there. Lovely. I'm not going to root through it now while on camera, but there is also onion powder in there.
I think so, yeah.
I hope so. Anyway, and there's some chilli there, so we'll add a bit of flavour. But,
No chilli.
Why
We're in a
not?
spag bowl.
Why? Give
Because
it a
it'll
bit,
be spicy.
a bit of a kick.
No.
Like, Mamma Mia, what a like.
No.
Okay, go. Well, there's a meatball in there.
How much is 40% do you think?
A bit less than half. That'll do. So, well, this is going to last us for this meal and for tomorrow lunch. So I guess we'll just bulk it up with the pasta, shall we?
Yeah.
So I've got the pan on to boil that, and we'll try and make this look like something resembling spaghetti bolognese. Right, time to start adding some stuff. So I'm going to walk us through what's going in there then, Miss Chef.
Onion powder, garlic powder, basil.
Basil?
I've got no idea how, if I'm putting the right quantity.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're absolutely not working from any kind of recipe, just taste.
Oregano.
Gracie is an amazing cook, so...
Mustard powder.
I mean, we couldn't get hold of any super cheap onions that would fit in, or garlic that would fit in budget. So it's kind of just making the most of the stuff we have in the cupboard.
And then salt and pepper. And chopped tomato.
So yeah, like I said, this is going to last us 2 meals, so it'll be 4 portions. So hoping, with all of this pasta, it's really going to bulk it up.
Yeah, that should be alright actually.
Yeah.
Should go like that, and then like that.
Yeah, it's not going to be a massive portion, but then again, we're not
So you just
expecting that
bulk
this
it up
week.
with pasta.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what we'll
You could always
the bread,
put some
haven't
water in there to
Yeah,
get it out
well.
a little bit. Might be a bit thinner than we kind of want, but just need this to boil now. Pasta's boiling, meat is simmering, bread is breading. Yummy. What do you think?
we? Yeah, it looks nice.
It does. You sound. What's that tone of voice
I'm
for
just
though?
trying to concentrate on the portions.
Okay.
Make sure we've got enough.
And here we have the bread as well. Oh, there's a balanced plate. This smells good, to be honest. And we've got the leftovers for tomorrow as well. Oh, it smells good. It smells really good. Yep, that'll do nicely. Oh, and let's not forget the garlic bread, eh? Let's not forget this. Yes. Oh, I'm stuffed.
I know.
That was really good.
It was very nice.
I think we did way too much pasta.
Yeah, but didn't we have to cook the whole lot?
We didn't have to cook the whole lot. We just had to cook 2 meals worth. But we actually cooked like 3 meals worth.
Yeah.
But I'm very full, so that's good. The bread was very nice.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Do you think it missed like onion or anything like that?
No. Well, I don't like onion though, do I? So.
I suppose not. But we added the onion powder and the garlic and stuff. It was really, really good. I would say as good as something that you would cook.
Yeah, normally.
so-
Yeah, I mean, I usually like to put a bit more veg in there though.
Yeah, we didn't put the sweet corn in there, much to the internet's annoyance, I imagine, this time around.
But that's the way we like it, and that's what we're
Yeah.
used to. So that, I mean, I guess it missed that a little bit for me, but it was still really tasty.
Really good. So, yes, thumbs up. Someone has snuck into the spare room to have a sleep because they're not normally allowed in. So has taken every opportunity. I see you peeking. Well, that was day one. And it kind of went as expected, really. Not very much food. Don't expect any snacks this week because there's just not going to be any. Unless I can sort of maybe scrape that remaining 79 pence, I think it is, to get some sort of snack, which will probably end up just being more bananas because they're just so cheap and healthy and pretty nice. So, yes, breakfast was a banana, lunch was a cheese sandwich, and dinner was spaghetti bolognese with garlic bread. And the fact that I managed to get garlic bread is pretty amazing, really. And I think, had I done this week just myself, spending £7 as opposed to 2 people with £14, I think it'd have been much more difficult to actually spread out sort of the cost to get a little variation, because there's not going to be much variation, but I think there would have been even less had it just been me doing this week on. So, like, imagine if you'd have done 50 people all spending £7 each, you'd have been able to get more variety. So it would have gone a bit further, but as it is, we'll have to see. So if you'd like to see how the rest of the week goes, then by all means, please do subscribe. Ring the little bell. If you'd like to support the show and see the show early and get your name in the credits and things like that, then you can support the show on Patreon as well. And if not, then I'll just hope to see you tomorrow. But it's going to be an interesting week, this one. See you then.